Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinette here, and I'm here with another reading that starts on the 15th for the second half of May. And I just want to show you the cards I'll be using for these readings. I've taken up this period the cards of the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot that I've used consistently for a long period of time, but for the past couple of months I haven't. Beautiful, beautiful cards, one of my favorite decks. And since not many people out there know how to read them, it's difficult for you. Some people think that they're very dark cards, and they are not. It's a different culture, really. I temper that with another tarot deck, and they work very well together, which is the Angel Tarot. They seem to work very well together. They lighten each other up, and what emerges is a very particular message. And then, of course, I'll be using my Vera Sibilla cards, and they are the protagonists in my readings always. And, of course, the runes. And I again have this reading, the antler runes, that I can see very well on camera. They're easier to see. And I'll cast them at the very end. I just wanted to say that I've been having a lot of consultations with people interested in soul therapy, and it's been going extensively well. And why I need to put in my 2 cents here is that I've said this to people who have been coming in for an archetypes reading. The hair on my arms stands on end when I work with clients in soul therapy for the amount of precision and it's uncanny, and the actual result that it has on people, the amount of healing that takes place. And I just wanted to open the floor for that. Because some people who come in, they're a little bit embarrassed to talk about themselves and talk about their issues. And soul therapy is a way of circumventing that. It's even better than the card reading in the sense that it's not a therapy session where you come in and you talk about your problems with a psychotherapist. It's giving me 4 bits of information, and I do the work, and we come into a session, an extended session, and I tell you what I find. And then the story comes out, and you make heads of and tails of what I tell you, and it seems a different way toward healing. It's quite interesting, and I'm very at ease with working with the invisible world. I feel it's part of my nature. It's part of my own soul group of origin, where I straddle the invisible and the visible world. I do a lot of channeling, and there too my hair stands on end when I do channeling and mediumship. So for those of you who are interested in contacting people from the past who have moved on, the sessions are very, very interesting. So that said, let's go on to the reading, ladies and gentlemen. Hello Capricorn, it's me again with a reading for the second half of May, starting the 15th to the 31st. Let's see what's in store for you. As I always say, I usually shuffle these offline, but I like to give it 3 or 4 rifles before I start reading. And I'll show you these cards. Ah, what a start! Every now and then my camera shuts off on my laptop. So what I did, I'm not sure exactly where it was cut off, but I lay 5 Voodoo Tarot cards, and then I shuffled and lay 5 Angel Tarot cards, and I'm going to show you those now. The first is the World Egg. Look at this card, how beautiful that is. The World Egg, it's the 0 in the Major Arcana. Then the Congo card, the Ace, Aida Wedo. And then I have the Petro, which is a fire sign, the 8 card Simba la Flambeau, and then I've got here the 10 card Santeria Okosi. Then I have here the Santeria Yaguo. A lot of noise outside. Sorry for that noise. Yaguo. Now, You have some tea here? I like to get it hot, but I think I'm coming down with something. I have the Knight of Swords, the first card of the Angel Tarot, then the Knight of Pentacles. So, you know, we have this fast, slow energy, and then another Knight of Wands. The Ten of Swords and the Five of Cups. All right, listen, Capricorn, what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of beginnings, right? There are actually 3 people here that are coming out. And I see it actually as you meeting 3 people. Any way you cut it, any way you do that, you want to meet new people and you want to have, not that you're planning an outing or a marriage or anything. You just want to get out there and put yourself out there. And you actually, in this period, you have 3 different people, not from which to choose, but that interact with you. Just on a friendly basis, more or less intimate, but there are actually 3. And of the 3, of course, the airy sign, the air sign here is the latest in the series, and then I see the Pentacles, the earth sign, as being the second in line, but I find that the fire sign is the person who has known you the most, who has been in your life the most. Now, how can we reconcile this? Of course, we have this Ten of Swords, and that it speaks to me of, okay, 3 is enough. This is enough from which to choose. It's going to keep me busy. I have to work. I'm working, and I do want to have some kind of social life. Maybe we can go out for drinks. Maybe we can go out to have dinner. You know, maybe we can stay in. I'd like to meet these people. I'd like to be with them. So there's a lot of socializing. Some of you have met these on the job, actually. Let's say you work in a mall. On your coffee break, you go out, have a cup of coffee, and you meet someone. A lot of you have met these online, at least 2 out of 3 online. And of course, this is a general reading, and many of you may be saying, well, what is Christelle Martinette saying? I'm not one to do that kind of stuff. But these messages are here for someone. In any way, in any case, you have met them in unconventional ways, okay? Now, what's interesting is that you really you are starting to care for the one that you've met first of these 3 people. You also know, however, that it's a shot in the dark, because you don't have any guarantee for success. You're not engaged. You know that it's a shot in the dark, but you feel as if you've come to the end of a difficult cycle in your life, and that your stability is starting to be created 1 brick at a time. I can actually see the bricks being laid. There is a touch of sadness, of course. It wouldn't be life if there weren't. There's a touch of sadness whereby you really do want to feel Cupid's arrow. You want to feel somebody sweep you off your feet. You know, a love that you can't even think of what that time of day it is. What am I doing? You want to lose. That you miss. That you miss. Okay? So this is something that seems to be prevalent even towards the end of the month, actually. I'm going to, or it is at the end of the month that you think, no, none of these 3 people are going to fit the bill. It's just not me. They're not for me. Okay? I'm going to take some Vera Sibilla over each one of them, one at a time. Okay? The one that's longest been you've known. Okay, yes, there's what can I say about them? This is the pietre preziose, gifts, disastro, okay, disgrazia, disgrace, disaster, and mercante. It seems to be, to me, that you probably are not seeing this person very much because they work a lot. They have issues, okay? They have issues. But it is precisely through their work that makes, in some way, they appeal to you. because of what they do to some extent, but you acknowledge that their activity takes them away from you. Then I'm going to the second, this Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign, or with Earth sign qualities. Male or female they are. And I have here leggerezza, the lightness of being. I have falsità, lies, and the messenger messaggero. This may be the person you are most physically attracted to, by no doubt. And probably if you've, as we say in English, in Italian, consumato, if you did get to have the experience of having them in that way, you will know that. But there's something about this person that just doesn't appeal to you. You know, either they're a Lothario, a woman's man, or a man's woman, or a woman, a man killer. I don't know what that, I can't remember what they say about women who eat men alive. A woman, a man eater? Now the last one, the youngest, earliest one that you've met, this Knight of Swords here, could be an air sign or air sign quality like. Now, all right, what do we have here? We've got the fedeltà, fidelity. You have allegria, happiness. And then you've got ammalato, the ill one. And these two are, they mirror each other. And to me, this seems like a married person that would compromise the happiness in the interaction. That's one reading. But another reading is that you learn late that they are engaged or that they have a companion. And that seems to rule them out right away. This is interesting because it seems very, very clear to me. I'm going to take now the runes and cast them over this spread to see what they have to add. Okay. You know, it seems to me that lately, Isa's telling me that you have lately, in the past months, you have undergone difficulty. And that is seeming now, as I said before, coming to an end. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you will. I have Fehu that was that was Merkstave, and it doesn't mean that you're all of a sudden coming into money, that you don't have to work, that you don't have to worry about paying your bills or anything like that. That it is an issue. That still is an issue. But in some way, you're starting to do things that you like a little more. You're starting to feel people are attracted to you. You are attracted to them, and you are able to swim in these waters that you're surrounded with. And what's interesting here as well is that they speak very clearly about the person you have met. Of the three people, the person you know the longest, it's not moving forward. And this worries you. You don't actually see, Pedro Merkstave, you don't actually see an end to that. You don't even see the development of that. And you have Iwatts, though, that's bright stave. And it seems that this, of all of the people you've known so far, you've met so far in your current time here in the past months, I would say, or if not a year, it seems like the person who most closely resembles what you're looking for. However, there's something about that person, 30 sats, that on the one hand you know is serious, on the other hand you know is dangerous, and on the other hand, you only have two hands, I know, but thirdly, you don't think you'll be able to go forward with them. The jury's still out on whether you will continue to move forward. But I have to give you a hint. The clue is that that person, Gifu, is a person who will be able to offer you a wonderful exchange. This is a person who they're telling you, this is the person of of spessore, we say, who in depth. It's not a superficial person. It's not a superficial encounter. This is a person who's there for a meaning for you, for a reason to you. I hope this was of help. Oh, wait, there's one more. There's the Björkberkana Merkstave over this 5 of Cups. And let's just say it's echoing, saying it's not going forward. And that is the problem of sadness. That's what's causing you sadness at the end of May. It's not going forward. You haven't seen them again. So all in all, just remember and try to focus on Gifu, the exchange, communication with that person. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Capricorn friends. Until we read together again, bye-bye.